a lot of spaces to take up here.
Yeah, you can't afford to have the paralysis by analysis of wasting too much time on that one. In the midst of all this, we did see that opening knock that came out from Schweppes, now converted into a full elim there. That was Wolves that got slightly too close to the territory of the arena up by the compound. Rest of the team did get out though, Blank, doubled back round Hospital side and got themselves into safety, at least for now.
Yeah, I mean, for E-Arena, they did pull off South George Apartments here. They tried to regroup this, which is making a lot of sense to me because typically on this kind of circle, you are going to get a lot of movement over towards the western side of Everest. This area here, real big funnel for a lot of teams. E-Arena knows they're going to be going against a lot of squads. I think for them, they're coming off such a big high here, but they do need to dial things back. Understand that they can't take too many fights. Third party is going to be galore around this area too. Your GS team over towards that eastern side now. Alpha 7 back to basics in North George.
Well, how that zone was off the back of the plane path we had coming into this one, at least you gifted a fair amount of safety where they've not had to really run too many risks early doors over the course of the past 8 minutes. Just been able to loot and sit pretty, getting a lay of the land established. Fairly late rotates for some of our squads as well. Obviously, we saw Tiamba fragment off, go over to Milta. They're still going to be coming in late onto this one. And Vitality now entering the safety of the zone that's about to move.
Ooh, okay. E-Arena. I mean, last game they played Stadium. They were there for quite a while, right? So we can say that there was some circle look in that sense, but there was nothing lucky with the way they put down every other squad inside the lobby.
Yeah.
Here they are getting magnetized again, but again, it depends how they want to finish this out. We have seen plenty of teams in Group A get good circles and not really be able to convert off the back of it. Now, I really do want to see another big game from the arena here. Would be fantastic to watch happen, but it will be difficult. It will certainly be difficult, and I'm not going to hold my breath for it.
I mean, at least if you needed a warm-up to prove that they're going to be able to play some very aggressive PUBG Mobile today, that was the game for it. And again, like you say, the circle luck will only go so far. It's more what you do with the position you presented. Very clean last time. Again, a little bit of a gift that they'll be happy with, but more to be done. Potentially a bit of an encounter on the later rotate from our squads outside of the zone, with Godlike getting eyesight back over as well. So room there that things get a little bit panicky. The Hustler crew. Yunbin, even from distance, Saxon Red Force getting stuck into the action.
I mean, they've been taken down by Nongshim as well as E-Arena at the same time. I think there was not a huge amount of expectations here for Hustler crew. Go into groups. So I do think that Hustler crew going down again for 2 players. Not sitting on a great average at the moment. They've only got 1 point over these 2 matches so far. Sat down there with TT Project. So I think that Nongshim Red Force want to turn that around. This is a team that is very, very good. Have just come off some big success here, Jackie, this year. Would love to go straight towards the finals. At the very least, qualify through to the next stage of the tournament. But goodness me, if we took a look at the map right now, you can see just how jam-packed it is. We have 1 team playing on Everest in Aura. Everyone else, like I said, is in that horrible tunneled zone on the western side. A few compounds around that area. S2G currently playing that one that sits underneath Everest on the southwest side. That's a good spot to be working with. You can clear a lot of space from there too. The fact that we still have about, what would you say, 30% water in this one, with Everest being a big chunk of it. No one really wants to move into apartments just yet. It's a nasty circle. So these are the 2 back-to-back games where it is mechanically and tactically difficult.
And seeing how much of a backup plan you've got in terms of adapting with these circles, like you're saying, it's not a regular game.
It's not normally.
No, it's not, but... Oh, no, no.
In the world is that? Makes you want to be sick, honestly. That is gross. E-Arena is probably going to regroup over towards our western side, potentially, with the rest of the team. Take no chances here. You cannot be greedy on a circle like this. You've got to shore up your front at the moment. Make sure you drop the riot shield because teams are going to be coming at you thick and fast in the near future. Alpha 7 sit all the way over towards the peninsula on that northwest side. Oh, this is disgusting, mate.
Yeah, this is absolutely unbelievable. All of our squad still alive and kicking. Such limited space. Such little ground left to play with on the mainland. A few shots being taken out from various squad. Wolves continue to be fought by E-Arena. TT getting stuck in versus Vitality as well. This is the fight that's going on right here, right now. Neos down behind the back of the vehicle. Effect and Zerich, they just got to call it quits.
Yeah, TT Project just got to move on this one. You got to get further in towards the circle here. Difficult push out for Yangon Galacticos, stuck on radio tower right now, held out by Nongshim Red Force, who are looking to be the arbiters of the fields. Playing Scarecrow right now versus all the crows coming up from that south side.
And once again, already it's E-Arena that have been able to find themselves free elims with the picks they've secured. You got that wrap over the top of the bridge from George Paul as well that's coming in from ETSH as they're going to look to try and chase and get into a good stable position inside of the zone. Ravo with a pickup. That's one back over on at 72, one GS.
Ada now moving forward. Adrenaline shot in at stage 3. I mean, it's got to be done. The boys got 2 of them. You need a lot of adrenaline to make your way through these next circles. It is pain that is ahead for a lot of these teams. How well can they weather it? Can they grit their teeth and hang on? Aura, Jiggle looking forward now. Yangon Galacticos dropping some shots down towards them. AUG in hand. Aura though still doing well, honestly, over towards this eastern side.
You see the sheepish nature of it. I'm going to replay here of the fight. Oh, cinematic on that one. That was the follow-up pick onto Ephes. Neons was already down in the back line. Good defense there to make it very uncomfortable for TT that left as a duo. Emre from Ida with a shot onto Godlike as well.
We'll say though, man, this is a really cool push that we kind of missed from S2G. They were playing down towards the southwest side, remember. This is a hell of a swing they've been able to make over towards the north side of the circle. We're getting our next one coming in through now. How much water is going to be in play?
Oh.
What is this? What are we doing? We got to stop.
It just keeps going. Less and less land mass left as the squads have to fight and step over each other to have any sort of stable ground within this one. Vitality have had some uncomfortable fights to force into a stable location on the zone. They did shut down a good majority of Tian, but leaving them with just the solo.
Play zone taking out Tiamba there just feels poetic right now because it is the circle that's doing the brunt of the damage right now. We're playing all the way over towards the western fin of Georgia Pole. And these players have to tread water going forward. This is getting messy, it's getting nasty. Alpha 7 set themselves up beautifully on this game. Making the necessary maneuver, hanging out all the way towards the beachhead.
Nice nade lineup. Tiamba trying to stay alive as they bounce either side of the vehicle. Bit of chip damage. Hoping he can clutch on to his life at this point. ETSH, after completing their long rotate, do run into Yangon once again. And for the reigning champions, it's not been a great start to the tournament so far. Back-to-back blows taken their way. Vitality trying to win out versus Nongshim Red Force. Yangon left with just Smile, but that might turn into a frown if they can get the angle onto him. Cleaning up with the elims, make it uncomfortable for ETSH at least, but this goes both ways.
Good Molly, good Molly. Ensures he can try and get the res off upstairs, but he's got to be quick about this. Fajita with a nade, looks to post it up. It's looking decent, tries to get the airburst on the balcony, I like that. But Smile dropped off the top side. He's doing good work here. A grin appearing on his mouth. Now looks for one more, steps up and gets it! A 1v4 essentially for Smile. Insane stuff. Now S2G holding up against GS.
Kamikaze with the move. Does he expect the backstab? Running around with a vision, closes the gap. A good reposition from Lost, finds the angle through the window and gets that one on target. Vitality on the move up around the coast as well. Rita trying to keep Razy in the backline, pinned on the coast. S2G still fighting whilst Hora find that angle onto Smile. Yangon lived for a little bit longer, but it finally comes to an end.
Aura now looking out. I mean, Aura had a decent game last time around with Pip to the post on the chicken dinner. With a good setup on this northeast side. We've got to go further though. S2G's in the way. Again, S2G, blinder or rotate from them, look fantastic. Don't know how they managed to snake their way over towards that spot, but it has absolutely paid dividends now. Dopeness caught on the outside. Eagle is still alive, by the way. No clue how. He is just healing it out. Sleepy, though. AWM, nasty headshot, brings the pain.
It's Joker that we've got here running from tree to tree, looking for a backstab onto the Dopeness crew. As they're set up. Smoke's down, trying to give themselves some soft cover to play off the back of the engine of the vehicle there. Paterni K giving the game away. Lufa with the push. Ooh, it gets a bit awkward on the run-up, though. I mean, Joker's low. If you can at least close the gap, maybe a single knock to give them an edge to work with. Panic stations coming in. Paterni K falls. Eagle with the steal. Hello.
That's from distance. I mean, they had to quickly turn around there. He was causing big problems for them. Speaker will find out with Beryl. E-Arena, though, they have to regroup on this. They were trying to play Garden Architect, pull out all the weeds on the south side, but not meant to be here. But now they have an angle on what's been causing them problems, where they've been feeling that ache.
We've got the gamble played from Rita that he set up quite some time ago, going for the wide berth over towards the zone.
What's this? Just disgusting. I mean, no one's having a good time right now. We are going out into open zone. The wall's been pretty much giving themselves a lovely little lifeline here as they get towards the top 8, and Necessary might just make it through. Grab himself a loot crate off the back of it as well. See how far this lone wolf can go.
It's a similar situation, man. This is what Ida wanted to go for, with Rita just swimming. Going for his wrap on his own. Razy looked to try and close the distance, going for a similar sort of play. Had a bit of a vehicle there down towards the coast to at least get some distance on it. Alpha 7, meanwhile, they've been sitting and waiting for a fight to come to them just on the ridge of the zone. Vitality have been farming up the elims as well. A bit of a sleeper team with how they've just third-partied onto a lot of these fights. But E-Arena, finally, their eyes light up and they want to go for the wrap straight in.
This is what E-Arena had to do. It's a miracle, by the way, that they get 3 players over towards this location, because Vitality, they were waiting for that moment, waiting for them to leave the building. Luckily, they rotate over towards the roadside, get a tiny bit of sightline cover. And now they set Alpha 7 up in front of them. This is a great position to guard off against. S2G also similarly tries to make a good rotate, but it's Alpha 7 still taking those shots. E-Arena similarly also sending bullets their way. Aura makes a move in the midst of all the chaos on the northern coast.
S2G down and out as they take shots from all sides, leaving them in a brutal position. Brittle, though, is Alpha 7 with a peek up towards the top. Good shots in. Vitality finally take the fight back over to E-Arena. They wanted to catch them on the egress. Instead, they'll push. Nades over the top line. Good chip damage. Mormon low, but they bailed, going over towards the coast. Necessary sat there with a Mini 14.
It's a wild push-up from E-Arena. They're just looking for anything. Necessary will find Schweppes, though. That's big, and E-Arena now left as one. Joker, on the barest amount of life, finally goes down. E-Arena is out. They tried to scatter. Vitality forcing them out the way. A 12 elim game here on Erangel is pretty damn good, honestly, from where they were playing.
Alpha 7 and Vitality. 2 organizations that will look to take blow for blow right here and prove how much they can do. Paranoia about Necessary deep back on the tip of the map that's still in play. Rita still going for his lengthy rotate to give himself a chance to steal away points from the other remaining squads, and Hora keeping it calm on the coast.
Rita's got the scuba gear on right now, looking to make landfall eventually. Razy, with a nade up front. Surprised Carrillo was able to sidestep that one. It is scary though, having Razy and Razak together here. M79 pulled out to try and create a little bit of cover in front of them, but don't know if he's got any more shells left in that bad boy. Revo moves up though, nade in hand, pulls out his a little bit later than Vitality. We've got to keep on that fight though. Axel opens up towards Revo. We want to see what's going on. Carrillo's down, Obscure might be next, leaving them just one player now. Guizao on top side, gets absolutely obliterated, and Vitality full of life in his endgame.
They line them up and knock them down. Vivi Vitality as they're coming alive in France. 15 elims on the game so far. And for Alpha 7, it all falls onto the solo. What can you do? That's a big nade to open it. Goodbye, Razy. As Alpha 7 are looking to clap straight back and give as good as they get, but Hora see them. Backstab shots from No Fear.
Guizao's got limited time though. The Blues start to move in, rolling towards him. It's an inexorable approach, terrifying. Razy likely not to get back up, but necessary, still alive here. Like we said, the lone wolf living his dream as he gets up towards the top 4. Horror might have been pipped at the post last game, but they're going for the chicken.
Oh, another nade.
Oh, what happened?
Oh, it's brutal, but try as he might to hold on. He got the 2 clean knocks with the utility, but it's not enough in the full fight. But this has left a broken and bruised Vitality with only a solo, forced to get their players up. Horror cleared out Wolves.
Potential a full regroup here though for Vitality. Where do they go? They can play this ridge line. Swings up slightly, but what do you do after that? The game might just slow down, and Aura 400, 556. They are ready for a spray down, but Vitality, I don't know how good the util's looking, how good the supplies are looking on side. And versus a full 4-man all spread out along the coast, this is an impossible push for them to make. Horror might have got second last time, but they are looking for the first.
Horror, they've got Sleepy, the sniper with a hell of a scope, waiting for the opportunity to leave them broke on the peak over the top of the ridge. If Vitality come into this, it's going to be on the back foot, an uphill battle, down a man, draining their resources like you say, whilst Horror are just waiting to strike.
All quiets down now. They need an opener, but the smokes are out. Vitality's got no choice but to try and isolate here. Luckily, they've got vehicles. They set up now. They put the pedal to the metal. Now looking to move over towards Horror's side. Swinging out into the open. Razy wraps round. Sky also similarly layering on the backside here. Can't quite find the shots here. Sleepy digging those bullets into the backside of the vehicle, creating those dents, but Circle moves away now. How do they approach this? It feels like an impossible game here for Vitality.
Such an open field. No cover, no chance. The only play that they can make is to take the fight straight to their face as they drive back behind the steering wheel and go in swift. Sleepy with a warning shot. Whoa. The buggy comes by. Close quarters engagement as Vitality looks to hold on. No Fear down. More damage done. Sky replies onto 1. It's all on a solo of Axel as he looks to cook his way through them.
Sleepy up front pulls out the AUG, the AWM doing nothing for him. Axel, last left alive here, an incredible player on 9 elims this game. It's a hard fight though, a 1 versus 2. Molotov goes long, he runs straight into it though, keeps backing off into the nades. It might be lights out for Axel soon.
Oh, that's the nade to do it as Horror. With a hefty bombardment on the beach, they lay claim to the second chicken dinner and light up Paris once again.
Horror though, it was instantaneous response, the speed at which they came through. Oh my days. Gaines pulled out in the second game. Good for him.
Beautiful action there. Horror locked in, understanding their rotation, the best opportunity to try and force Wolves out of that solo position that was giving them so much control. To third party into the back, controlled everything blank, and left Vitality effectively in an open island. No cover, no chance. Axel gave it his best, but an upward battle.
I mean, Axel, he was spinning like crazy that game. Smoke on the tires because 9 elims almost made it more than that. what a wild performance from him. Not only on that game, but last game too, when they were trying to make their way up towards the stadium. It is funny that we had Aura, Vitality in that top 3 on Rondo, now in the top 3 again here over on Erangel. We seem to have a couple of favorites here, Jackie.
Yeah, already establishing some of our lobby leaders potentially. And not even one of those statements where we'd say at the end of day 1, at the end of game 1, now going into game 2, like you say, mate, it's just becoming very crystal with a lot of the squads that are looking incredible out here. This is the final moment replay as well. You can see back how rough it was for Axel.
It's so unfortunate, because the Molotov went far. I think he could have stayed playing against that vehicle. He makes the right call in the moment because that Molotov's placed correctly. He can't play up front, but it's a very, very hard decision to make in the moment. But again, it did feel like Vitality could have made that work. And I wasn't joking when I said that felt like an impossible game. It really was.
They had no cover. They had no pathway.
Oh, right.
They went for the call and nearly did it. Ridiculous. Let's get down on the stage and find out from themselves.
All right, well, yes, thank you very much. I'm Claris down here on the stage. I am with the arena, though, and it's Joker here to talk about that first game, honestly, because that might have been the best game in PUBG Mobile history. I want to get your thoughts about that game, what was going on in the team comms, the feeling after that first game.
เราอยากมาพูดเรื่องเกมแรกนะฮะตอนนั้นเราเก็บไก่ไปได้เลยนะตั้งแต่เกมแรกเลยเรามองว่ามันเป็นเกมที่แบบว่าดีที่สุดตั้งแต่เราเคยเล่นกันเลยมาเลยนะฮะอยากถามว่าตอนนั้นเรารู้สึกยังไงบ้างฮะแล้วก็ทีมพร้อมแล้วก็บรรยากาศในทีมฮะมันเป็นยังไงบ้างครับ
จริงๆจังหวะนั้นเราไม่ได้คิดอะไรเลยครับแค่ไล่ตีในเมืองของเราให้หมดแล้วก็ไม่คิดว่าจะไก่คิวเยอะขนาดนั้นครับ
Alright, to be honest, we didn't expect that we're gonna get that much kill, and like so what we planned during that time is just like keep getting into the city and like hit like one by one into the city at a time.
Okay, so very quickly here as well, after that performance, after looking fantastic already here, any words for the fans, everybody kind of watching for E-Arena out at home as well, because I'm sure a lot of people are very excited about that first performance.
หลังจากที่ทุกคนได้ดูเกมแรกแล้วนะเชื่อว่าหลายๆคนตอนนี้กำลังจับตามองทีมของเราอยู่นะฮะอยากถามว่าเรามีอะไรฝากถึงพวกเขาบ้างครับ
ก็ฝากเป็นกำลังใจให้ยายน่าเลยครับหนึ่งเดียวจากไทยครับก็จะทำให้เต็มที่ที่สุดครับ
Alright, to everyone, please supporting us. We are the arena, the only one and the only hope of Thailand.
All right, well, thank you very much. Making PMWC history here. E-Arena looking awesome.
E-Arena hitting us with the only hope for Thailand. Well, that hope is looking pretty damn good. And you know who else is looking good? Hora! As they were... you too, Max. You too, honestly.
No, I mean, Hora, what an absolute banging day for Nepal, right? You start off with a second place in one of the weirdest opening games ever in an international tournament. And then, how about we do get that win here on a beach finish that we rarely see at any tournament whatsoever. And oh my goodness, I mean, for you in particular, Nitra, you're a big fan of snipers. Sleepy, the bolt action. Oh my God, Nepal is here to play.
Oh, it's so nice to see it. So nice to see it at a global tournament. Finally, it's been years, it feels like. He's still one of the only players that uses a bolty. We need to have that more often, and maybe after this game, other players will go, maybe it's not such a bad idea to have an absolute god at sniping on your team, because oh my. That is exactly what you want to see. You're getting those long-range shots coming on through. Really, really good stuff. But Hora in general really able to circumnavigate a whole lot of traffic coming on through there, Max. You know, over on that beach side, one of the only plays they could have made, and it worked really, really well.
Max, remind me which bolt he was using?
The Orm!
The Arm. All right, Lace, thank you for joining us. Glad to have you here. I want you to give me the best Arm sound possible. Keep in mind, Sniper is going to sound amazing.
The best sound.
It's
Yeah.
every shot is like pure ASMR.
Yeah.
Boom. Baby.
All right, Max, you next.
Okay, on me.
On him. Put it on him.
On me.
Get the camera on this, man. Boom!
Mine was better.
Nep, you're next. You're next.
You said ASMR.
All right, get ready.
That sounded
Arm
nice.
sound. AWM. Come on. Choom.
What? Did you sneeze?
What's that?
That was a sneeze.
What? Okay, for everybody that has been making videos of PMWC at EWC 26, there you go. There's the challenge. Go back to that last game, have Sleepy, and replace those sounds and see which one was the best. Make sure you guys share it on social media using the hashtag EWC and hashtag EWC26. But talking about teams that were able to perform so good, we have to talk about Vitality, Lace.
Man, the whole entire game from them was absolutely incredible. They basically had bridge. They were able to hold that position so early. They were the zone 3 gatekeepers of that entire match. They had direct lines of sight on everybody that was rotating in such a difficult choke point where they had to rotate. They actually left Reezy behind to scout E-Arena's movements. They basically waited. They flanked on in there, right behind them while they were in contention. And I mean, they reserved so much utility to be able to take on E-Arena and get them out of their way. And then obviously they set their sights on Alpha 7. Alpha 7 had nowhere else to go but to exit building, so they'll be able to do that. And especially this play, I mean, such a large distance to be able to go. They luckily had the vehicles, and I mean, fell a little bit short here, just having, Axel could have sit back a little bit too far. But what an incredible game from them. Not the first place that they're probably hoping for, but goddamn, that's some eliminations they put on the board.
Oh, goddamn, indeed. No, but looking at Vitality, I feel like the moment that allowed them to get into a second place in the first place is actually when they decided to push up onto E-Arena, leapfrog Alpha 7 in one fell swoop, and the fight was so quick, Alpha 7 just didn't have the time to retaliate. And because of that, Vitality, what an absolute banging performance. 23 points here on the second game of today. Whew, La France is looking pretty good.
They are looking really good. I mean, Vitality, 23 points. Now, this is what I was talking about Group B. We were expecting teams to be a lot more aggressive. We're expecting teams to start sponging up those points towards the top. And so far, after 2 matches, that's exactly what's currently happening. With Alpha 7, we see them now being able to have back-to-back good performances. This is what we want to see out of PMGC champion.
It is absolutely. It's really nice to see them make a little bit of a comeback bit by bit here. I'm going to be expecting them to continue that, much like Orangutan in Group A, right? In day 1, they're just going to be continuing to grow that momentum, hopefully for day 2. So we will see how that goes. But for now, 9 points on game 2 is a really, really decent start for them. So yeah, I am happy with them so far.
Yeah, and I mean, they have such a powerful roster as well, and Revo was definitely kicking it for them. This type of squad can focus on eliminations. We saw that coming out of match 1. They actually held out Wolves in several scenarios. Then in this second match, they focused on placement and prioritized that. They were actually on that northern side, uncontested for a long time, obviously sitting and building and waiting for the likes of Vitality to come along. But it shows the strength in different sides that this squad can play, and especially when you come into Smash Rule, you want to be able to prioritize eliminations, but get these placements as well.
Oh, look at that. Oh, perfect timing. Like we were talking about them too. A7, the greatest PUBG Mobile team in history. I think the Alpha 7 fans will end up agreeing with that one, because so far, I mean, they have been one of the most consistent teams when we talk about PUBG Mobile esports history. Nongshim Red Force, though, they've not been having one of the best starts so far.
I'm very surprised by Nongshim. I thought
surprised in what kind of way? Tell us more, please.
Okay, I will. All right. Where are they? They are silent. They're not doing anything. I thought,
he's on Furia silence. What are you talking about? Sorry, that was terrible. I'm sorry.
But PMMI, massive champions by Smash Rule, all of that sort of thing, coming into here looking very, very, very good. And then we have, 2 0-pointers, or a 2-point and a 0-pointer? I'm confused and surprised, and hopefully that will change as we go on into the next couple of games. But yeah, bit odd, I think.
I'm sad. I don't have any analysis. There's nothing really to break down except that the early rotations, they can't quite get in there. I didn't see the start of this game because we were running from the rooftop over to here, so I'll have to go back and check it out and break down what really happened to Nongshim Red Force. But It was good, but unfortunately, it's a very exclusive club, you know, on the rooftop. Only us and E-Arena can go on rooftops. That's all we can do.
Tomorrow, Lays, you'll join us at the beginning of the show.
Fine, I don't want the
I'll make sure it happens, all right? I'll make sure you get that wind flowing and just while you're talking. But no surprise seeing E-Arena currently in first place with 46 points with the amazing performance that this squad had in the first round, though. No surprise. Team Vitality there with that second. Remember, if you for some reason missed the first 2 days of PMWC at EWC 26, the top 5 teams at the end of tomorrow will be going directly to the finals. The bottom 3 will end up going home, and everybody in between will go to survival. And yeah, I mean, TT Project, Hustler Crew as well. One team that wasn't able to perform that well here in this Erangel was Godlike. Godlike started off hot, and we were kind of joking about it. The first game that they get a chance to experience at a global event is none other than a stadium finish. But here, we're going to have to see a bit of a bounce back.
I mean, to be fair, I'm going to be so fair to them. You said, yes, their first Rondo in a global is going to be a stadium finish. Their first Erangel on a global finish is north of Zarki on a beach, or not Zarki, but the South George. Thank you,
yeah.
South George. On a beach? Excuse me? No, thank you. So you know what? I'm going to cut them a little bit of slack and go, when we have a normal zone, then I'll start talking about them.
Now we're going to get a weird circle again. Thank you. You did that.
I'm not cutting slack.
I'm so sorry.
I'm not going to be cutting any slack. I want this team to start performing and performing now. Because we saw what ended up happening yesterday. And with Godlike, the thing with Godlike is we know that they can definitely put up the numbers. We know they have the fragging power. And with the audience that they have behind them, and with what we saw OG coming out of them, I know they might be able to bounce back. And we'll see how they're going to be able to bounce back towards today. But while we're at it, before we start match 3, let's send it over to Kalaris and John Allen.
That's right. Well, you know what? Here on the stage, we could talk about Game 2. We could.
Well, Game 2, sure, lovely. But what about Game 1, though? That was some interesting stuff coming through from E-Arena.
Yeah.
They swept the floor with everybody.
Yeah, it was impressive, really impressive. So much minutia in it as well, right? They even, not only did they not get challenged in Stadium to start things off, but sent 2 north to actually show up their bets against the circle if it had come down, and then moved back. So it was anything but passive. And the crazy thing about all the eliminations, none of them were recall elims. So it makes it even more insane that Rondo could ever happen like that.
Yeah, 29 elim game is unheard of at this level. It is incredible stuff to be able to witness. And like you said, none of them are recall, so it wasn't like they were getting stuck in a Neox or in one of those other hot drop locations. They were absolutely keen to get straight into the action. As soon as those recall towers closed off, they were like, no, we're just going to play bread and butter.
And you can see the double drop here as well to kind of look at how they're able to seal the deal. Not only that, are able to defend the zipline locations to make sure nobody else was coming up on the roofs. So it was picture perfect. And you know the crazy thing? Before I had that interview with Joker, he said it was lucky. And I'm like, I don't think it was lucky at all. That's ridiculous. Anyway, thank you very much for this, John. It is time now to head on over to the commentator team. Once again, game number 3, well underway.
The perfect hit from John to get us back over to the commentary booth as we set the stage for another game here live from Paris. A lot of energy in the building, a lot of excitement. And we got the Alpha 7 fans in the house! All right, what about a team that might need a bit more energy? Let's hear it for Godlike! Hey! There we go. That's what I wanted to hear, Paris. Give us some of that. Let's get loud as we get into our 3rd game of the day.
They need that energy. They need it now. But honestly, not doing too badly so far. E-Arena took to the stage on that first game of Vitality. Aura not far behind. Alpha 7 been taking along too, 16 points. S2G, big surprises right now. 15 points so far, looking fairly good. 13 eliminations, because what this shows me is that the gun skill is there for this squad. They've only been getting 2 points off the back of placements right now, but S2G bringing some of that action to the arena at the moment. Lovely to see. Another awkward playing path down from Sosnovka. Very east leaning here. See where these players want to drop in. Vitality out early down towards Sosnovka. A little bit of a journey for themselves to get up towards that north side. It should be fine. Wait for the circle to come on through. Right now, Axel leading in top players. And for a good reason. This guy has been popping off between games.
And with what we've already had today, Blank, It feels like there's been something different in the air for these circles, for these games. Are we getting another ridiculous affair again? Do you reckon this will be normality?
Well, Neptune already jinxed it, didn't she? So we'll see. Again, the circle might be kind to us coming through to game 3. These players sort of need a break at this point. It's been wild so far. Some teams been able to roll with the punches, others not so much. We're heading down towards the south side. This is your fault, Neptune. You got to take ownership of this one. We'll see who comes through with it. Vitality, they'll get themselves a nice start on this one. Down towards the south side. No eking their way up past the coast on the western side. They get to start in a good position. This could head back over towards the northwest side. But Godlike already taking 2 knocks here. S-Power has to hold it down.
Let's see if they can withstand the full frontal assault that's coming their way as S-Power opens it back up onto Loco. Oh, close quarters engagement with the shotgun. Good pre-fire on the angle. Vinny gets it done. It's not the start they wanted.
Hustler crew has been dropping on teams all day today. Do not care one bit. They lose Loco in the process, but feels like they've got their job done there. I think Godlike might need to start figuring out how they want to drop this one out, because they are going for this trash drop, right? They're going for split loot around apartments. I think personally, maybe they need to start dropping together, because where they're dropping isn't bad. It's bad because it's bad now because people keep dropping on top of them all the time. It's so tough to work with. So Godlike might need to make a change in that category. Also, I mean, Hustler crew has just been all over the place. It's hard to predict for Godlike.
Keeping them guessing. And that change of drop, that change of pace has certainly been hurting some of our teams. Brutal to position to be left in immediately blank. Less than 4 minutes into the game, you're down to a solo. Hustler crew getting away. Yeah, sure, you take some damage, but a trio could still look to weave their way through. Squeeze a few more points out of this one, the longer it develops.
The skin there as well, you can join Naruto Uzumaki himself with the new Ninetales Fury Orc skin. Looks fantastic. 2 versions of it too. Love to see it. Get angry. Feel that rage from the Ninetales in-game, because it looks awesome as well. It's fantastic. It's a fantastic skin. We'll see what Mania can get done here. For Godlike, it's just been an unfortunate start for them. I mean, starting off with Horror dropping on them into Hustler crew, I do feel bad for them. I really do. We'll see if they can pick things back up going in towards our 4th Erangel of the day and then to our Miramars. We've seen that anything can happen. They can still work their way back up those rankings. Down towards that south side, that S2G do move on through. A quick replay. I mean, S-Power did hold it down. He's only got Micro Uzi to work with. It's hard. It's hard in those situations. A vest as well, level 1 helmet. The fact that he held on as long as he did was pretty insane, to be honest, as well.
Yeah, it could have been way worse.
Ooh, Axel again. Still putting on those numbers. Goodness me, he is fearsome. Again, coming into this for Vitality, there was a lot of talk around Razy and Razak, and I've seen these guys perform before. They look great. But the fact that Axel is just like, guys, we got to get through here. We got to get into the top 5. We're making it through to finals. We're going to do Indonesia proud.
And they're certainly living up to the hype right now with some of the plays that are being made. We've seen these awkward encounters happening down towards Novka as well with the shots over. Everyone taking a few casualties here and there. Wolves only getting away with a duo off the back of things, and S2G falling very early here.
For S2G, they stepped a little bit too close to Vitality's home ground down towards this south side. They want to clear out more space. You got Razak as well as Federales holding over towards the bridge, whilst Razy as well as Axel currently holding down C block. They have a lot of area to work with. They are feeling unbelievably confident. Hustler crew still causing problems for people around the map.
Oh, swing out. Close quarters connections onto the Hustler crew. That's your single knock to play with, looking for more as they do take the fight back over to Vinny. Nade in the hand for the close quarters shutdown. It's good damage, but can't find a follow through with a shotgun. Not able to withstand it as they are down and out. Revenge there for their hot drop.
Yes, getting away with that one in school. Now they do certainly teach Hustler crew a lesson. But we'll need to get on the bus right now to get down towards the south side of the map. Curious to see where this next circle goes, because this could be another nasty one where we end up on the bridge. Wouldn't surprise me after the circles we've seen today. Alpha 7 still keeping it pretty chilled out over towards Milta. Moved away from North George towards this location of the map, considering the plane path itself. E-Arena, though, they took way longer. I mean, they wrapped back up towards South George. Going to loot in this area, get as much as possible. I think they understand it's going to be a late rotate in, either on the bridge or send Primorsk and grab some boats.
There's our Alpha 7 cameo as well. All together, getting their move on with the hovercraft, crossing from the mainland back over. Tianba had that similar rotation, of course, as they do glide their way around. A few more star points on that one, Blank.
Oh, definitely. Line for the air does feel good. I mean, for Alpha 7, though, this is going to be feeling weird for them. I think a lot of times when they make this approach, they're always expecting teams to be holding in Novo. Yangon Galacticos, on the other hand, though, they've headed over towards Observatory. They've got a split there. They're trying to hold out all teams. Cloud down towards the south side, though, is peeking over towards Alpha 7, but the hovercraft means they can immediately get out of the water and get on the move. You can just see him there, off on the west-hand side.
This was the S2G fight, where they were taken out by TT Project, the duo that tried to get away after their encounter versus Vitality. TT once again right here, right now, taking pot shots onto Dopeness bit by bit.
I mean, for TT Project, they know they've got to get some aggression under the belt right now. They are low down in the rankings, and they can't afford to let this game keep going the way it is. Ephius finishing out Kenji, and I think that might just be Dopeness out now. We've already lost 3 teams. Hustler Crew, Dopeness, S2G, down to 13, 47 players this stage of the game. It's quite carnage, quite a lot of carnage happening on the map at the moment.
Oh, okay.
A little bit more standard.
Yeah, this is probably better for us and for the teams, Blank.
Centering up. We do have those buildings that sit down towards the ridge side on the eastern edge that currently Vitality just have free reign over. Razak might try and regroup. I think it might be a bit dangerous now, holding over towards C block as long as he does. So this is sensible. This is mature coming through from Vitality. They know that a lot of teams would like to take up position towards here. They don't want to leave it up to chance. 2 players getting run down.